Welcome back. Police in Benue State have recorded a breakthrough in the case of the mysterious death of Alechenu Anyebe. They say they have arrested 3 members of the gang that allegedly killed the son of a former judge during a robbery operation. A police public relations officer told Channels Television in Makurdi, the state capital, that the suspects have confessed to the crime during the interrogations. However, one of the men who spoke to our correspondents denied any involvement in the killing.
At last, what looks like some progress in the investigation into the killing of Peter Alechenu Anyebe, the son of a former Benue State Chief Judge. 3 men have been paraded by the Benue State Police Command in connection with the murder.
This gang now turned out to be the gang that killed Peter Alechenu Anyebe.
The police public relations officer believes they have some of Alechenu's killers in the bag.
They equally confessed to us that, yes, on 19th of July 2014, that means 2 days after killing of Anyebe, so they went to Hanti Hotel along Ishai Bakut Road, and they robbed there. And as they were robbing, they killed one Andona Felix Shema, also of Makurdi. In their escape there, they killed him. That was on 19/7/2014.
However, the young man's grieving mother is not pacified.
If it is an armed robbery case, his phone, an expensive phone, was in the car. They did not take the phone. And all his property that he arranged in the car were meticulously arranged as it were. They didn't scatter anything in the car. There was no bullet wound on the car. So I'm not satisfied with the armed robbery case that they have established.
Indeed, one of the suspects has a different version of events.
I don't kill anybody, sir.
You steal anything?
I don't steal anything.
So you don't do anything? Police just see you and carry you on here?
No, when they were pursuing people, I'm a taxi driver. I was in the park. When they were passing from the park, that they arrest me, sir.
The police authorities provide an assurance that they will continue investigation until the dead gets justice.
We are very optimistic that we are going to unravel the murders of this innocent boy. We have sympathy for the parents because we are made to understand that he's the only surviving son of the old mother. And we have, as human beings, we feel we have a role to play. We have a duty to keep the society crime-free.
At least there are suspects in police custody, but are they the real killers? The police believe they are. The suspects insist they are not. A judge's verdict may eventually bring closure to the saga. Charles Aruka for Channels Television News.
As fast as the Nigerian fashion industry is growing and the use of local fabrics has been encouraged, some traditional attires that have brought the country international acclaim are gradually fading away. In our community report tonight, our correspondent Henry Ogunjimi takes a look at the challenges of one of these fabrics, Adire, the tie and dye culture in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital.
Adire fabrics. Once thriving and booming, this popular Kenta Adire market in Itokun, a suburb within the ancient city of Abeokuta, is now a distant contrast from what it used to be in its heydays. This market hosted hundreds of visitors each day that thronged to satisfy their love for Adire. This situation appears to be taking smiles away from the natives and businessmen and women who make their living from Adire fabrics. Shops are locked. Those that are open have little or no patronage of their wares on display. It's noon here at the Kenta Adire Kampala International Market in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, and activities here remain skeletal. The once lively traditional fabric market now enjoys little or no patronage. Traders here attribute this to a number of challenges, as explained.
The materials we use are not sourced here. Our mothers used to buy the fabric they use from Kano State. The same way we now buy from Kano for the production of our designs. But men of the customs service seize our goods on the train, alleging that they are contraband fabrics. This is really affecting our businesses.
Apart from the business challenges, the taste of the younger generation does not conform to the designs and fabric of Adire. Even in the market, many are seen wearing foreign and other Western designs, which are a sign of little future for Adire. The tradition and culture of Abeokuta, southwest state of Ogun State, has taken the country to greater heights in the Committee of Nations. This tradition is still produced in the same primitive and local way as handed down by the forefathers. This situation is calling for assistance for those concerned. What happens to this indigenous craft after this generation will be scary. The challenges notwithstanding, some people are still standing and keeping the tradition, according to Iyaloja of Kenta and Adire Market, Alaja Akamo.
The first design of Adire, handed down to us by our forefathers, have been fading away for about 20 years now, because the local dye leaves are being destroyed by deforestation. We resorted to several innovations using latest technologies, but the modern dye products are very expensive.
As it is now, it is obvious that all hands must be on deck to revamp this fading legacy in our traditional attire, Adire. Henry Ogunjimi, Channels Television News.
To the arts proper now. Femme Fatale, an exhibition in Lagos, was an opportunity for female artists to show their skills. It was also a platform for them to talk about how they balance the act of managing career and family and the challenges they go through in this male-dominated profession. Our review tonight takes a look at Femme Fatale.
Femme Fatale, that's the title of the 4th edition of a female arts exhibition in Lagos, featuring original works produced by 8 artists. As expected, the theme has women on it. They also work with an array of media.
All women evolved from the first woman, Eve. And despite the fact that we have many more challenges now, we look different. We have longer hair, maybe. We wear clothes. We don't dress up in leaves and all that. But we are still basically the same with challenges and our inner emotions and thoughts.
We learn a lot from women around South America. And I just decided to take it out of their context and make something new out of it.
Tina Adebowale uses mixed media in these paintings titled Naked Truths. They explore the politics and sexuality of the female gender through issues such as rape and other forms of abuse she experiences daily, and how the society is not taking a firm stand to protect the girl child. Then there are pictures from Genevieve Akpan, a documentary photographer who looks at the masked woman.
If I tell someone I'm a photographer, they look at me like, Like, really? You know why? I'm more than what you see. If you give me that opportunity or that chance.
Just as the title suggests, there are several pictures showing a lady wearing a mask by the dining table or in the parlor. There's also a lovely black dress and a pair of shoes, indicating the woman's ability to multitask. Yet in the heat of it all, she remains calm and submissive.
Know what you want to do, know what story you want to tell, believe in yourself, believe in God, and don't ever take no for an answer.
I had to create about 100 flowers, paper flowers, and you can imagine my studio/sitting room filled up with flowers and my 3 children playing around. I screamed so much, you know. But and then, you know, you have the other challenges about taking care of the children, caring for them, their needs, providing their meals, dropping them in school, and still expressing yourself creatively. It's a huge challenge, but you see, one thing that I've also come to realize is that when you have an idea, it continues to eat at you, and you have to find the time to let that idea out. Otherwise, it will burn inside.
And this picture was also put into a performance, showing a single woman who is lonely and trying to cope with the stigmatization that comes with this status in the African society.
I was inspired by a lady called Sarah Bartman, and she was taken from South Africa in the 19th century. She was exhibited in human zoos in London and in Paris. She was turned into a sex slave, and she was basically paraded around like an animal behind cages. When she died, they cut out her brain and her genitals, and they put it in jars and put it in a museum. So I was inspired to tell her story because that still happens today. Young women all around the world are still being trafficked and are still being mutilated, are still being used as sex slaves. So I wanted to tell this story to raise awareness of that.
There are so many things on Karima Ashaju's mind, as depicted in this HD digital film, in which a chance meeting with a stranger turns into a heart-to-heart talk about issues that affect women. Other artists like Elysia Bolarushi are also inspired by movies. It shows in her concept called Fia Kuta, a weaving method which originated from the need to use yarn as an alternative tool for painting.
The constant is the yarn. I always work with threads, wool, fabric, as an alternative tool for painting. And basically, I'm basically focused in geometry. That's my main subject. So it's color and geometry. So I started painting with yarn. I started doing sculpture with yarn. And then I started inserting light. So developing actually installation with lamps.
And there are so many interesting interpretations seen through the eyes of 4 other minds who are hoping to change the fortunes of women for the better, or at least call attention to some of these issues with their works of art.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Falconets on the verge of making history as they prepare to take on Germany. That will be in sports news. Please join us again.